Morning, everyone. It's around 8:20, and there's really not much going on, so I'm just going to give you a fairly short pre-open comment. It's video number 782 for this Tuesday morning, and I remind you, if you like the work, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, Europe and Asia are both up following our action yesterday. Not up a lot, but higher, and interest rates are about unchanged everywhere. What has changed is that it looks as if the glut of oil to be released from Iran may not come in. And of course, that was the reason that we had that rally yesterday where the oil was up almost $2.50. As you can see this morning, it's given a little bit of that back, but very little. It's down a quarter. So there's not much action there. There's also not much action in the gold or silver. Gold, which was up about $8 yesterday, is down 20 cents. Same thing with the silver. The platinum is higher, but it's actually been running behind. Coffee is up 270 today. I'm going to show you a chart on that later. And the lumber, which traded over 1,500 yesterday, closed down $14, which is a far cry from its $63 limit that it's been hitting every single day. The stock futures are slightly higher, and this is about the area they've been at all day, and the Bitcoin futures are down. So the Bitcoin is really whipping around, and I'm going to show you on the daily what I think it looks like. We're still just testing and consolidating in this area. Let me go back a little bit further and give you a little better look. We came all the way down here to the $30,000 area, which is where we stopped last week. We were lower and then higher yesterday, closing up on the day, I think 3,600. So that was a pretty heavy bounce. I think that, there's a lot of actual trading going on here. And, when you can make $1,000 or 3% in a day, or clearly much more than that, it becomes a very interesting trading vehicle. The dollar itself is down about, dollar is down another quarter. This is a very tough area. This is clearly another break to the downside. We'll have to see how it plays out the rest of the week, but this is a chart I've shown you pretty repeatedly, and I'm a little bit concerned about this. I told you last night we were consolidating if we broke this low, which was 89.73, that we were going lower, and in fact, as soon as we broke it, we did go lower. It's been as low as 89.5. To give you a better idea of where that is, we're very close to breaking this. This is 89.89, so we've broken it, just not on a closing basis, and we're into this 2018 area, early 2018, where the low was actually 88.15, so that's somewhat disturbing. Okay, so in stock news, we have Amazon. Looks like they're going to do that deal with MGM Studios. It looks like it's going to be closer to $9 billion than the 5 or 6 that was being discussed before. I think that's kind of bullish for one of our positions, Viacom. And we have Lordstown Motors, again, RIDE, down again. Yesterday, after the close, it came out with earnings and projections, and it turned out that they missed both top and bottom line, and they're going to need capital. And by the way, they're only going to do roughly 1,100 trucks unless they get a pretty major cash infusion. The stock had traded as low, well, it actually had closed at 967, up 9 cents. It had traded down to 872, which was down 86 cents or 9%. And this morning it's continued gotten even a little worse. It traded below $8, traded $7.90, and the last was around 8.40, and that was down another dollar and a quarter. So there's evidently a 180,000 member petition against Facebook versus the new service they're talking about, Instagram Kids. I don't think that makes any difference at all in the grand scheme of things. When you're talking about a billion users, 180,000 doesn't seem to be much. And the stock is actually up $1.46. It was up nicely yesterday, and in the last week or so came off that 305, and right now it's 326.64, up $1.46, or about a 0.5%. Moderna is up about $4, 2.25% on the fact that they are filing. They're getting a great efficacy on teenagers. There have been 600,000 vaccinations. They have an efficacy rate with teenagers of between 93 and 100%. So that's pretty much a home run for them. Stock futures are up 87 in the Dow, 72 in the NASDAQ, and 13 in the S&P. Okay, so I want to show you one chart, and I want to show you why you have to look at multiple time periods. This is a chart on the coffee. We've been long the ETF JO for quite a while. Okay, so let's go to the daily. And as you can see on the daily, we have had a really nice move off the bottom, breakout, run, pull back to the last breakout, run, pull back to the last breakout, run. Same situation here, bounced right off this 20-day moving average, did it again Friday. Today is higher again. Actually, if you look at this and you forget about this one, you would have seen something that looked like down on the day and coming down out of the consolidation, kind of like the US dollar that I just showed you before. In any event, so if you look at that, it looks like it was possibly going to break back down to the 145, maybe even 142 area. However, when you take a look at the weekly, you get a completely different picture. You get a picture of a solid consolidation, higher high last week, higher low last week. And although we looked like we were closing down out of that consolidation on a weekly basis, we were actually still up. I think that's in my notes on my charts with comments in the weekly letter. And since then, we hit that 5-day moving average, and even though we're a little overbought, we bounced higher. So this is a market that I think looks substantially higher. The next area of resistance would be up here around 153.78. So let's call it 153.75, 154, and then of course we're right back here at 155.40, the recovery high. Also, to give you a little bit better look at this as to where we actually are in the grand scheme of things, we're coming off a fairly major saucer formation here. Nice action on the upside. So these are new longs. Open interest up, price up is long buying. We went right through the 200-day without much trouble, and the next stop on this chart, if we get through that 154 and change is 156.95, so 157, and then after that, we're back towards this 164 high close. So we look pretty good. All right, everyone, be careful out there. It's a crazy market, and all it takes is one minor piece of news. Have a good day, and don't forget to subscribe.